Hi students, I'm Meenakshi, working as assistant professor in Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. So we are going to see the course Network Security and the topic is firewalls. So the objectives of this video is mainly to learn about the firewall concepts and to learn about the types of firewalls. So what is firewall? So firewall is a software which is used to protect our local system from the internet, mainly from the network-based security threats. We are saving our local system. We are protecting our local system from the network security attacks. It is inserted between the private network and the internet. It acts as a security wall and it looks like a choke point where we can give the security as well as we can go with the auditing purpose. The characteristics of firewall. So the firewall provides a location for monitoring all the security related events. It acts as a best platform for the IP security to implement virtual private network. It is a convenient platform for several applications, for several internet functions which are not security related. Example, NAT, internet usage audits or logs. So they are not security related function. So to provide the security, we can go with the firewall. As I told, it defines a single choke point. So where we can stop the unauthorized users. So the firewall itself should be a strong one. It should be immune to penetration, because if the firewall is compromised, then the attacker comes into our private network. So these are the characteristics of firewall. It acts as a single choke point where we can stop unauthorized users. It provides a best location for monitoring the security related events. If the functions are not a security related one, then along with those functions, we can use the firewall to provide the security. It acts as the best platform for IP security to implement virtual private network, and the firewall should be strong enough from the attacker. But anyway, we have several limitations in firewall. So it cannot protect from attacks bypassing it. That is, if the attacks are bypassing the firewall, then we cannot stop the unauthorized users. It cannot protect against internal threats, because I told the firewall acts as a security wall between the private network and the public network. So within the private network, if the employees are not a trusted person, due to them the attack may be happen. So it cannot protect against internal threats. And it cannot protect against transfer of all virus infected program or files. So they are all the limitation of firewall. So if the attackers are bypassing the firewall, then we cannot stop. If the attackers are within the organization, then we can't do anything. If the attack is from virus infected program or virus infected file, then also we can't do anything. So we have three types of firewall: packet filter, application level gateway, circuit level gateway. So what is packet filter? So packet level filter, it applies some set of rules. These rules are applied to each incoming packet. Once the rules are satisfied, then it forwards the packet. If the rules are not satisfied, then the packet is discarded. So this type of checking is happening in both directions. That is from internal network as well as to the internal network. It is the simplest and fastest type of firewall. It examines each IP packet, and we have employed two default policies. So based on the IP packet information like source IP address, destination IP address, source and destination transport level address, so we may employ several rules, and these rules are applied to each packet. But anyway, packet filters are having several drawbacks. So several attacks are possible with packet filter: IP address spoofing, source routing attack, and tiny fragment attack. Second type of firewall is application level gateway. That is, here the application level gateway acts as an intermediate between outside host and inside host. And in application level gateway, we have a proxy for every application. So if the outsider wants to access any service from the remote host or inside host, he or she has to send a request to application level gateway, and he or she should provide all the authentication information. Once the authentication is verified by application level gateway, then the communication is allowed between outside connection, outside host and the inside host through the application level gateway. So we won't provide any direct communication. So the communication is via application level gateway. If the proxies are not stored in application level gateway, if a particular proxy is not available in application level gateway, then that service cannot be provided to the outside host. So that's about application level gateway. So it relays all the data, that is, the application level gateway relays all the data between the two endpoints. It acts as a relay. So we have proxy for every application. So this type of firewall is more secure than packet filter, and it can save all the logging information and all the auditing information. But anyway, still we have the drawback. So for every service, we need to have a separate proxy. So some services naturally support proxying, but some services won't support proxying. So at that time, it may cause a problems. And the third type of firewall is circuit level gateway. So here circuit level gateway acts as an intermediate person between the outside host and inside host. So circuit level gateway relays two TCP connection, that is, one between circuit level gateway and the inside host, and the other one between circuit level gateway and the outside host. So once the two connections are established, it relays the TCP data from one connection to the other without examining the packet content. So we are determining whether establishing a connection between the outside host and the inside host is safe or not. The outside host provides the authentication details, and once the authentication details are verified by circuit level gateway, it establishes the connection between the outside host and inside host. After that, they can transmit the data. We won't need to examine the content of data. So that is circuit level gateway. So with this, we are concluding the topic firewall. Thank you all.